Hello shapeshifter and doppelgangers alike, I'm ArcheAge Cosplay and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna do something a little bit different because I'm doing a makeup for a contest. Basically the other day I saw a post from Gamigo group and their contest the most beautiful faces in ArcheAge. Basically the contest was done in 2 steps. The first step that is already completed was that they asked for people to go in their video game ArcheAge, where you can custom your own character and to make the most beautiful faces, which means trying to do the most wacky and unusual faces. So now for step 2, they chose around 20 pictures from the ones that were submitted by the users, and now they asked for makeup artists to try to design these faces or to recreate them for a cosplay makeup. So I'm like, yeah, that's totally up my alley and I want to give it a try. So before we jump into the subject, just some quick reminder, you can give a like and subscribe to my channel for more cosplay effects makeup tips and tricks and cosplay effects makeup tutorials. You can also follow me on Instagram to see pictures of my makeups, and you can find the link in the description. So now that's being said, let's talk about the character that I chose to do for this contest. So for the contest, I decided to pick this bad boy over here. First of all, I chose this character because he's kind of giving me some Frankenstein vibe, which I really love. I mean, you have a kind of greenish skin tone, you have like big scars across his face, he also had red eyes. I don't know what are these 2 things on the top of his forehead. For me, I think it's kind of chopped on a little bit like Hellboy. So yeah, I do really enjoy the design of that character. The second thing is, I've already seen a lot of other designs that have been submitted, and I haven't seen anybody try this one yet, or at least I haven't seen it, so I think it may be a little more original. And the third reason is because a lot of the character that you can choose from have like big horns or wigs and hairs and stuff, and I cannot really get any accessories. I mean, we're in lockdown and it's harder to get supplies. So with this character, I mean, I don't have to add any more accessory, I can do pretty much everything only using body paint. So obviously you know me a little bit, you kind of see the stuff that I do, and I love to do horror stuff. So if I participate in a contest, so it will be a perfect occasion for me to take this character, add some nightmare fuel into it, and make a creepier version of it, because it's a contest but I still want to have fun. So now that's being said, let's start transforming into this bad boy. I start tracing my face using the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in shade All Over Gray. The character has stitches and scar on his face, so I decided to spice up the design by making it like if some of the stitches just gave up and that now he has open wounds. I'm quickly doing the lips in gray by applying white lipstick and mixing in some black lipstick. I mark the places that I want to contour with the Maran Paradise paint in olive, and then I start filling my face using the Maran Paradise paint in white. Then I go over all the places that I filled with white body paint and I mix in some Maran Paradise paint in olive in order to get a lighter shade of green. Then I go over the same area again, this time with the Maran Paradise paint in white and mixing it back in. Basically, I'm doing that to get an even lighter shade of green. You can repeat the process by alternating between filling it with white or olive as much as needed in order to get the desired color. I also clean some spots by simply using a wet clean brush. So I start doing the contouring around the chin and under the cheek by using the Maran Paradise paint in olive as my contour, so I apply it with a brush and try to make some gradients. I had a hard time getting smooth gradient and doing contour with a brush, so I instead switched to using a sponge, and it is way better, so you can get a way smoother contouring. For the wounds, I start by filling the skin folds on each side with the Marin Paradise paint in white. Then I'm shading around them using the Marin Paradise paint in olive. Then I outline them using the Marin Paradise paint in black, and I slightly smudge it back with the olive body paint in order to get a very tight gradient and shading. I start filling the inside of the wound with the Marin Paradise paint in Beach Berry. Then I add some white highlight in the middle. Then I outline the inside of the wound using the Marin Paradise paint in red. Then I also go over the stitches with the red as well. Then I re-outline with a tinier brush the inside of the wounds with the Marin Paradise paint in black. I fill most of the eye area using the Marin Paradise paint in Storm Cloud Grey. I fill the side of these two metal things on the side of his head with the Marin Paradise paint in Storm Cloud Grey, and I mix in some Marin Paradise paint in silver in the middle for highlight. I fill the top of it using the Marin Paradise paint in Sky Blue, and then I go around it for shading using the Marin Paradise paint in Dark Blue. Then I re-outline all of it with black body paint. I do smoothen out the line a little bit by mixing in some gray as well. For the hairs, to avoid them getting too dark, I start by filling the hair area using the Marin Paradise paint in Storm Cloud Grey. Then I use a forked brush and add some lines of highlight with the Marin Paradise paint in white. Then I repeat a similar process for shading using the same forked brush and the Marin Paradise paint in black. You may need to repeat the process with gray, white and black a couple of times, but be careful to not overblend. Then I just add more hairs at the hairline to add some texture and realism. As I said, you can repeat the process, but I'm repeating it this time using a smaller brush and only doing it at some spots. Then I fill my neck and my ears with the same process I used on my face by starting with a layer of Marin Paradise paint in white and then going over it with a layer of Marin Paradise paint in olive and mixing it and repeating the process until I get the desired color. I re-outline some of the grain spot with the olive body paint. For the eyes, I start with the red from the Makeup Forever Flash palette and use it as an eyeliner on my waterline and set it with red eyeshadow. Then I also use the red from the Flash palette to do the pupils on my eyes. I verify the placement with a selfie and then I set it with red eyeshadow as well. I use a red metallic eyeshadow and add a pinch of white highlighter in the middle. Then I outline the eyes using black eyeshadow and a liner brush. Then I fill the rest of the eye area using the silver from the Makeup Forever Flash palette and I set it with gray eyeshadow. I set most of my face using a translucent setting powder and then I start contouring using an olive eyeshadow. I'm also adding more shading around the eyes with the olive eyeshadow as well. I do a quick highlight using white highlighter. I set the folds of skin using a lime green eyeshadow and then I redo the shading around it using the olive eyeshadow as well. I also re-outlined with olive some of the scars and grey patches as well. I redo the inside of the wound with a pitch of white highlighter in the middle, then I set the rest of it with red eyeshadow and outline them with black eyeshadow as well to deepen the shade. For the metal cylinders, I set the sides with dark silver eyeshadow with a pinch of light silver eyeshadow in the middle for highlight, and I set the top of them using a light blue metallic eyeshadow in the middle and shading the side with a dark blue metallic eyeshadow. Now that I have applied the body paint, I can redefine the lips way more, so that's why I'm repeating the same process to get more definition. I'm then adding X's for the stitches using a black gel liner and a liner brush and adding some loose pieces of string on each side of the wounds. And this is the final result. So this is my entry for the contest, the most beautiful faces in ArcheAge. So I took the character that he had some big scars in the face, and I decided to turn that into stitches with some of that just couldn't hold it anymore. Basically, I just imagined the character, because he was a little bit green also, that he'd get angry, and instead of turning into Hulk, it's just that his face stitches just give up. So yeah, the contest ends in February 1st, and the result will be announced in February 5th. So I will keep you updated in the comments if I ever win a prize in that contest. Also, I will leave a link in the description if you want to participate to the contest, if it happens that you watch the video before February 1st, 2021. So I hope you really enjoyed the video. If so, please feel free to give a like and subscribe to the channel for more cosplay SFX makeup tips and tricks and cosplay SFX makeup tutorials. And I hope to see you in another video. Bye!